We are back at CarMax checking out the inventory they have, and we're going to see what kind of crazy prices we see. But look, this is actually the emptiest I've seen this lot in a very long time. And I noticed a couple throughout. I mean, there was one in Arkansas, Missouri. I noticed that they didn't have much inventory. 2016 Mazda 3 right here, 72,000 miles, and you're at $17,000 basically, 16,998. And look at those payments. APR percentage interest rate up to 22.95% with challenge credit over $437 a month. That's for 72 months. Imagine financing these cars for 72 months, which they can definitely do. Now, CarMax has some advantages because they're huge buy here, pay here. 2016 Hyundai Elantra SE, 104,000 miles, and you're at basically $13,000. And you guys can see, imagine though, a $334 payment for 72 months. And this is before you pay your tags and your titling and stuff like that and your tax. So you're actually an additional 5%, depending on what state you're in. Some states are 10%, some states are 5%, and some are even more than 10, to be honest. It's kind of crazy. So you got to add that on top of the cost that you're already paying for the car. Now here's the Toyota Corolla, known for reliability. The problem is, what price tag do they have on it? 2023 Toyota Corolla, 6,000 miles. This one has the 2.0, and you're at $26,000. It is below MSRP, barely. Let's just put it that way. Not by much. Now we got a Prius over here. The problem with these is the battery is still 10 years old now. 2016 Toyota Prius, 49,000 miles, 1.8, super reliable too, and you got $22,000. So reliable vehicle. The thing about it is a 10-year-old battery. There's no question about it. And it hasn't been driven that much, which I would rather it have more miles, to be honest, because normally it can be a better thing sometimes. Now this has been through it. I hope you pick it up on camera. I mean, this car, you can just tell it has had a rough life. How much do you think they're asking for this Nissan? Because it's probably going to be a ton of money, but if you can't tell, the paint does not match. You know what I mean? There's no way to say that that matches at all. It's kind of funny, whoever did it was like, yeah, it matches just fine. It matches just fine, probably. 2015 Nissan Altima S, 87,000 miles, and you're at $13,600. $13,600. Now, I will say they used to have a documentation fee right below there that I'm not seeing anymore, but this is probably going to be financed. You know, $302 a month at 16.95% interest for 72 months. You do the math on that one, it even goes up. It goes up to 22.95% interest. So it can even turn into a worse situation than it already is, man. Bad things going on, especially right now. Repos are skyrocketing everywhere. It is a true repo crisis, which it's kind of like CarMax is sending a message. Over time, their stock has dropped like a rock. The reason is mainly because they're giving out too many loans to people that are not making their payments. So they're getting so many repos, and they're the lender. They are the lender. 2022 Dodge Challenger, $37,000, and you got 55,000 miles. And where's the payment at? The payment is $951 at 22.95. That would be crazy. But CarMax is the lender for a lot of people. Not for everybody. Some people, they actually go to CarMax because they're so tired of dealing with regular dealers, they would rather go here because there's, you know, it's not like a normal salesperson and stuff like that. So they will bring in their own financing, or they'll go ahead and just pay cash, but it's pretty rare. A lot of people do go through CarMax financial situation. They do go through CarMax Financial. 2023 Corvette, you're at $78,000 and 3,000 miles. They've had this here for 3 months, and it's still not selling. But a lot of people, they go through CarMax Financial. Guess what? They're not making their payments. Now CarMax is stuck holding the bag, and that's why their stock just completely has been plummeting. But it had a little bit of a rebound for sure. 2018 BMW, here we go, range extender, you're at 60,000 miles and $18,000. Now, reliability-wise, this could literally be the least reliable vehicle on this whole lot, which is saying a lot, man. That is saying a lot, but CarMax is not in a good situation. Overall, their stock is still down big. Even though they've had a small rebound, they need a lot more. They need a lot more to go. And they're just trying to sell these cars, but a lot of it, 2016 Toyota Tacoma, 68,000 miles, $31,000. So some of it can be priced a little better than others, but this Tacoma, I mean, what was it brand new? It was probably 30-something K. So they're still selling that thing at MSRP, dang near. Way too overpriced for what they are, and people, even though some people like dealing with CarMax just because they're not like a normal dealer, 2018 Chevy Cruze, you're at $17,000, 44,000 miles. There you go, up to $437 a month for 72 months on this. But CarMax, man, just, you gotta be careful. If you're going here, I understand some people just go here simply because they're so tired of dealing with the normal dealership, with finance people and all this stuff. CarMax does business completely different from a normal dealer. It's upfront pricing. All the prices you've seen on this video, you can't negotiate. They don't negotiate pricing. So that's the catch. You know what I mean? That is the catch. That's the problem. And a lot of these vehicles, you're not looking at always the highest quality either. So you got to be careful, because what are the chances that this Nissan has already been repoed? What are the chances? And you don't want to get a repo car, because if they're not making the car payments, I can tell you one thing, they're definitely not taking care of the car. That's for sure. But would you buy this Nissan Altima 2015, Nissan Altima S with only 87,000 miles for $13,600? Let me know what you think. We went back to CarMax, checked out some of the inventory sitting on their lot. Let me know what you think. Have a great day and stay blessed.